All right, so I noticed that most anime torrent guides are like 2 years out of date, so I figured I'd update that. And half the sites they listed are dead anyways. The other half will get your IP flagged before the first episode finishes downloading. So I went through all of them, and by the end of this, you'll know exactly which sites are actually worth using in 2026. Now, the answer to the safety question is not what most people expect, but the link is in the description if you just want to go ahead and skip ahead to that. Now, here's the thing. Nyaa.si is still the answer. It's a top 10 torrent site globally, not top 10 anime sites. Top 10 everything. The community behind it is massive, and that matters more than anything else I'm about to tell you. But here's where most guides stop, and that's the problem. Naya.c has everything, but it also has garbage. I mean, that's part of everything, right? Mislabeled files, dead torrents, low quality encodes uploaded by accounts with zero history. If you don't know how to read it, you'll spend 40 minutes downloading a 480p rip that someone labeled 1080p. Let me tell you exactly how to use it. When you're on Naya, filter by, trusted uploaders. The green check mark means the uploader has a verified track record. So for currently airing shows, Subs Please is the name you want. They rip directly from Crunchyroll, they're consistent, and they post within hours of an episode airing, which is great. For older series and full batch downloads, which is how most people actually watch anime, look for groups like Erai or check the comments on any upload before you touch it. Seed count matters too. Anything under 10 seeds on a large file is a gamble. So now subtitles versus dubs. I prefer dubs. People will kill me for that, but whatever. If you want dubbed, your options narrow fast. Most of what's on Naya is subbed. ACGNX is worth bookmarking as a secondary site. It indexes more dubbed content and has a cleaner interface for searching by seasons. It's really nice. It's not as big as Naya, but for dub, hunters, it fills that gap. Now, that's the site stack, but here's the part most anime torrent guides skip entirely, and it's the part that actually matters. Because, every time you connect to a torrent swarm, your IP address is, visible to every other peer in that swarm. That includes copyright monitoring firms, ISPs in most countries are legally required to act on these notices. So I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because it's a straightforward technical fact that takes about 5 minutes to fix. See, a VPN routes your traffic through an encrypted tunnel, so the IP that shows up in the swarm isn't yours. But not all VPNs are built for torrenting. I tested a few and landed on two worth mentioning. Now, NordVPN is the one I'd go with first. It has P2P optimized servers, dedicated infrastructure built specifically for torrenting traffic, which means speeds don't tank the way they do on general purpose servers. The kill switch cuts your internet completely if the VPN does drop, so your real IP never gets exposed even for a second. And threat protection blocks malware and trackers at the network level, so while you're downloading, which matters a lot when you're pulling files from public torrent sites, you'll be safe. Now, if you want something more straightforward and budget friendly, well, TotalVPN does the job. No frills, covers the basics, and it works. Now, so here's the verdict on this. For anime torrenting in 2026, the stack is Naya.si as your primary, Subs Please for anything currently airing, ACGNX if you're after dubs, filter by trusted uploaders, check seed counts, download and batch when you can for 1080p, and run a VPN. Not because torrenting is complicated, but because leaving your IP exposed is it's a completely avoidable problem. Now, for NordVPN, get 74% off plus 3 free months with the link in the description, or you can scan that QR code on screen. If you'd rather go with TotalVPN, that link is in the description as well. It's 80% off right now, so even more savings. Now, that's the full stack. You've got everything you need.